Hey everybody, Kelley McKenzie here with Janome America. I just received my brand new ProFrame 1012 version 2 from Janome, and I'm going to be assembling it today. This video is going to be filled with bunches of tips of how to be successful with setting this up. I want to point out a few things. I got a 10-foot frame. I love that on box 1, it shows you the exact quantities of what boxes you should be receiving. So always check your shipment and make sure that you have the correct amount of boxes that you need to put together the frame size that you purchased. Secondly, everybody needs to find box number 4 before they do anything else and find your assembly instructions, okay? I would also check each time you go to an instruction and make sure that you know what you're dealing with and what box that part is in. You have on page 5 of your instructions, you have all of the contents that are listed in each one of the boxes. This just makes it a little bit easier when you start going through the steps. So I'm about to get started and I will give you more tips as I go along. Hey guys, I'm on step 2. And this part is very, very important, so I wanted to talk to you about it. This is where we put reinforcement pieces in where our sections of our frame join together. I'm doing a 10-foot, so I have a 4-foot section, a 2-foot section, and then another 4-foot section. My room is only 12 feet wide, so I'm not going to push this up against this part until I get to that section right there, which will be in just a few minutes. But I wanted to just give you a tip about inserting this in. So I already have this piece inside here right now, but I just wanted you to see a visual of how it's just a little bit longer than what it needs to be for the 2 screws on either side to hold it in place. These are the screws that hold it in place. So I've already slid it into this side, and I'm just going to put these 2 screws in. And I'm just barely putting them in, so they're not even touching the part yet. Then I'm going to look through the holes on this side, and I'm going to take that piece and I'm just going to push it with my finger to make sure it's not blocking this big hole right here that we'll need to access in a little bit. Now that I have it all lined up, I'm just going to ensure that my parts of my frames are as perfect as they can be lined up together before I go and tighten these screws. And I'm going to do that in all the sections that join the frame parts together. When doing step 5 of the Precision Glide Track assembly, the smart thing to do is to insert a screw on the 3rd hole from the inside part of the big track. Then slide the stability piece inside there and push it to that screw. That way, when you go to put the next section on, everything will line up properly. It's important that you put all 6 screws in. As you can see on this other track, I've only put one in. Well, I've only put one in on each end of the stabilizer. And if you don't put all of them in, do you see how this track doesn't necessarily line up perfectly and it has too much play in it? That will drastically change the way your machine performs if you skip this step. It's very, very important that as you're putting the other 4 screws in those holes, that you are making sure that this is staying perfectly lined up and not moving slightly left or right on each other. So now we're on the step where we are attaching the tracks to the frame itself. The instructions say to loosely attach both the tracks to the frame. So I have already gone ahead and attached both of these tracks. It then says to put your carriage on, roll it for side to side, all the way down the frame, and then tighten the back track completely down. And I have also already done that step. Now I'm to the point where now I need to use the weight of the machine head. And again, there's screws, 2 in each 4-foot section and 2 in even the 2-foot section. But what I want to do is I want to move that machine head and move it forwards and backwards so the weight of the machine is allowing these tracks to lay exactly where this front track wants to lay. And then as I am directly above one of those screw sets, I'm going to tighten that screw all the way and then continue to the next one. Okay, so I'm going to, here's the first screw. I'm going to move the machine all the way forwards and backwards. And back forwards again. And then I'm going to tighten this screw from underneath the frame. And now I'm going to move to the next one, which is probably going to be about right here. And I'm going to move my machine back and forward. And then I'm going to tighten this screw. And I'm going to do that the entire length of the frame. If you do not do this step correctly, you will have what we call the teeter-tot effect, where your machine will either travel all the way forwards or all the way backwards and then fall off either this track on the front or the track on the back side of the frame. So please make sure to thoroughly do this step and not skip it. Very, very important. This is probably the most important in all the steps of setting up the frame. Step 6, the sidearm height tube assembly, is a little confusing when you look at the pictures and you try to put it together. So my tip here is to make sure that once you've attached the tubes, see how the lines are going to the inside, make sure that the sidearm will lay over top of those, okay? The reason why I say that is because when you look inside these tubes, that hole, the screw hole, is not centered inside. And the bigger gap of space is what will be on the front part when you're attaching it on all 4 of them. So that whole screw you see is closer to the back side of this than it is the front side of this. Okay. So I now have my frame set up, and the last step is to level it. This step is very important. If you are a free motion quilter and you feel your machine dragging you in any one or pulling you in a direction, that means that your frame needs to be re-leveled. This is something that you will have to do from time to time. You should have had a tool that looks similar to this, if not exactly like this, that came with your frame to help you level it. Okay, so let's get started. The first thing that I'm going to do is just move my machine in the center of the frame and set it still. If it starts to move, it gives me a clue as to if it needs to be leveled or not, and what direction and what leg. Right now, it looks pretty good. I'm going to move it all the way forward and see if it tends to glide back, and it doesn't. So I'm going to move it all the way back and see if it wants to move forward, and it doesn't. So far, we're doing good. I have my frame set up at 10 feet. I'm going to put it over one of the center legs right now and kind of center it on that leg and then let go of it. It's not going in any direction. I'm going to move it all the way forward. It's not going in any direction. I'm going to move it all the way back. And we're still good. I'm going to move to the other center leg. And I'm going to do the same test again. And I promise you that I did not level this before this video. I am getting very, very lucky right now. Okay, let's move it down here. Now I'm going in between the end leg and the centered leg. And it starts to move back just a little bit and even hit my back bar. So I think what I'm going to do is go to that back corner of my frame, and I'm going to lift that back corner leg up just a little bit using this tool right here. So I'm going to take my tool and put it on the nut of my foot, and I'm going to start turning it to the left because that will make that will make this back corner lift. So I have a few obstacles right here. I'm going to turn it just one more time because it was falling a little fast to the back. So I don't want to have to adjust this too many times. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just take my machine and I'm going to move it forward with my hand and then see if it starts to fall. Oh my gosh, am I getting that lucky? I'll move it towards me just a little bit more and see if it tends. Okay, it's not falling. So I'm going to move it further towards the center and let go. And I think that I might have gotten very, very lucky on this side. So I'm going to go to the other side now. Now we're at the other end of my frame, and I'm just going to move my machine, kind of center it. see if it moves. Move it back, see if it wants to move. Move it forward. I think I have gotten very lucky in the fact that my frame was very level except for the back left corner of it. So again, this is the tool that you use to level your frame with, and you just turn the little nut that's on the feet themselves. I hope this video was very helpful. Stay tuned for more helpful videos.